Hi everyone, Allison here for Blackcatscraps. Gonna do a cute, adorable Valentine's card. I have laid down some pink tissue paper on a white cardstock 5x7, and now I'm laying down a strip of pattern paper with glossy hearts on it. And now I'm taking a strip of white and I'm just cutting with scallop scissors. And I'm going to take my needle tool and I'm going to punch tiny holes along the scalloped edge. And then I'm going to poke one hole in the center of each scallop. And what I'm doing is creating what looks like lace. Right, so I have some pattern paper that has like a shimmer to it. They're really cute. Hearts, and then the other strips has XOXO on it, and then this other strip has larger hearts. So I'm just laying them all down next to each other, and then I'm going to cut out the white that I don't need. Right, and then I'm ready to adhere my lace that I just created onto the back of these pattern paper strips. Right, and I'm going to flip it over. I'll have a better chance of lining it up straight. And then I'm going to trim off my excess lace. Alright, and I've cut a strip of red plain cardstock so I can have a little background to stick this down with foam adhesives. And here's that stamp set I showed you in my scrap haul. It's called Classy Mixed Alpha, or Classic Mixed Alpha. And I'm going to use some Cat's Eye Q ink, and I'm going to spell out I love you, and instead of spelling out Y-O-U, I'm going to use the letter U. And I'm stamping them individually because I want them closer than what the acrylic stamp will allow. And I'm deciding to use a different U than the one that came in the other stamp set. It was a little too big, so this one's a little more manageable because I want to make sure that it will fit on my card. Alright, and then I'm going to take a calligraphy pen. It's got a thick chiseled edge, so I'm going to just go over this and kind of overlap it just a little bit. It's got a nice pink color to it, so I thought it would be perfect. And it's very transparent in a sense, so it's not going to cover up what I just wrote or stamped. Right, and this pen's by Zig. And I've got some Making Memories pearl paint, I guess. I'm going to just use a sticky note to spread this thin. And it's going to have like a nice pearl shimmer to it now. And then I'm going to use some Stays-On Timber Brown, and I'm going to use the same stamps I used earlier. I'm just going to stamp a little bit off to the side. There we go. It looks really good. And then I've got a strip of the same lace that I had made, and I'm using a pinker, darker pink of the same type of calligraphy pen. And I'm using another strip of red cardstock just to add a little accent on the bottom. And on the back there you saw a bunch of ink splotches. I wanted to test which ink I wanted to use. That went well with the colors of the rest of the card. And now I'm ready to finish up the rest of the sentiment. These are hearts that I cut out with my Cricut expression. And I'm writing out in a white gel pen with all my hearts. And to add some more interest, I'm going to do faux stitching around all of them. And add a little bit of red ribbon off to the side for some more interest. And now I have a pink ribbon, and then I'm going to tie into a bow. And I'm ready to start adhering everything down. I'm going to use foam adhesives again. And if you're working with tissue paper, just be careful where you start to put things down. Otherwise, if you try and correct it, it will tear. So I want these to kind of look like they're interlocked with each other. So I made a slit in one of the hearts, and then I'm going to have the other heart covered up. Now when I was using the Tombow Mono, I kind of realized that I was covering up some exposed paper with the glue, and then I realized I'm just going to be covering it with liquid emboss, so it doesn't matter. And I'm using glue dots to adhere my ribbon as well. I used a little bit on these two little hearts. So here's the liquid emboss. I'm going to just put that all over the card. And I'm going to also fill in all the letters too. I want them to be glossy and to stand out a lot more. And I'm doing little zigzags along each of those little strips to kind of separate them all. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have not subscribed, please do so. And a little aside that Blackcatscraps is on Facebook, so check me out there. If you're curious to see how the craft room is coming along, there are pictures posted on my blog and descriptions on what I plan to do next. Bye everyone!